Oops, I did it again. I flew my drone and found a fire in Hamilton. Okay, that was a shitty song, but wow, guys, here we are again. I stumbled upon another fire. This time out in Hamilton, Ontario. And I'll tell you what, basically, people that understand the layout of Hamilton will understand what I'm saying. But I was up the mountain and I could see smoke in the distance, and then I was like, is that a fire? And then I was like, no, it's probably just the factories. Basically, there's all these factories that let off like white steam numerous times a day, and so it kind of looks like smoke. But then, as I was coming down the access to the lower part of the city, I start realizing I'm like, no, fuck it, that's actual smoke. And so, obviously, I do the proper thing that any respectable drone pilot would do is head over to the area and send the drone up. So here we are. I'll kind of mention already that this one is not overly exciting, and I was working. I couldn't stick around too long and stuff like that. So you'll see a bit of flames, but yeah, it is what it is. From what I know, I believe this place is abandoned. The front section of the building is like a boat supply place, and then the back I don't think was like in use anymore, or maybe this part was, but the side over to the left wasn't. Not 100%, so we can't say with any certainty. But most likely, I'm going to say probably homeless people were in there and made a fire to keep warm or something like that. Because I believe last time I was down there, there was like homeless people like sleeping outside the building. I think it's all getting ripped down. They're like redoing this whole area. I've got a bunch of flights from down in the area, and they're redoing a bunch of shit and whatever. Anyway, so yeah, I said last time I flew over a fire, which was like last week or something. I'm like, oh, I should make a playlist for all my fire videos. But guess what? I already predicted it in the last video. I'm lazy. I never did it. So I'll say it again. Maybe I should make a fire playlist and put all my videos of fires in there, but probably won't happen. Anyway, so here I was just kind of panning around to see how many fire trucks were actually like in the vicinity. I'm only really a couple hundred yards away. I'm not very far, but got a couple of trucks, and then several police were kept driving by, like from where I'm parked. Yeah, and still like more fire trucks were arriving, shit like that. And it may not look like it in the video, but surprise, surprise, we actually got some snow, which was our biggest snowfall of the season so far, which is like, I don't know, roughly a foot and a half, I guess, probably roughly about a foot and a half. So it was a fun day out there driving, and yeah, also got to fly my drone. So there you get to see a little flamage. And I will say before anyone complains, I do my best to, when I'm flying these flights, to avoid interfering with any first responders. That'd be the last thing I want to do. So I do keep my distance. However, kind of later in the video, you're going to see when I go to leave, because we're going to circle the building and stuff like that. I may have flown like over a fire truck or something like that, like, you know, high up. It's not like I interfered with them all, but I just want to kind of, before anyone freaks out and says, oh, you flew over the truck. Well, I may or may not have. It's hard to tell with angle and all that, but it's, you know, illegal or whatever to interfere with first responders. Just simply flying the drone, you know, 150 or 200 feet, whatever, above them, like away from them, but like, you know, in the area. I don't think that's anything to worry about. I'm not zipping in and, you know, recording 15 feet over their head, although that would be super awesome for the action shots. And I would love to arrange with the fire department that, like, you know, supervisor's like, oh yeah, let's hit up Mike, and Mike can come and fly the drone and get us some action shots. So like with their blessing, I would love to do that. But I don't think they're going to give me my blessing, or my blessing, their blessing. So for now, we're going to have to just settle for zoomed in. And because I was recording 4K as I usually do, I can only go up to 2 times zoom. So yeah, I guess It might have been a good idea to switch her down to 1080 and do the 4 times, but yeah, whatever. It's good. You can see some good flamage there anyway. So here I'm trying to be aware of, there's those 2 big buildings there, the apartment building. So, I'm trying to kind of stay tight on this so that I'm not backing into them. So whatever. Yeah, I don't even know what this place was in its prior life, so I'm not much use there, but if it makes you feel better and you want to say that it was something, I'm going to go ahead and say it was a Tampax factory. So the old steamy Tampax factory burned down. And yeah, I'm going to guess somebody local will tell me what it actually is. Now, I would hope that if there was homeless people in there, they bounced up out of there. So I have no idea. I never checked Twitter. Hamilton Fire is pretty good at that, of tweeting what's going on. So I'm sure we can probably look into it. I just didn't bother. Yeah, kind of just let you guys look at it. This one's not overly exciting. Just because of like the height I stayed at and the angles. So I don't blame you if you click off, but whatever. If you want to watch some smoking shit, stay on. Watch the video. I'll tell you what though, today I was a rescuer. Little story just while you're watching this. So there I am, minding my business, driving down the road, and I have to stop at like a red light. And there's a little side street to the right of me. And I see this old dude, and he's like in his driveway on his hands and knees. So I'm thinking, oh, did he lose his keys or his hearing aid or some shit? Like, I thought he was, like, the snow is deep and he's on his hands and knees. So I'm thinking, what the fuck is he doing? Anyway, so I'm sitting there, light changes, and I'm like, fuck, like, this guy's not actually moving. He's on his hands and knees, but like, he's not actually sweeping snow around or anything. So anyway, I decided to back up, kind of blocking traffic. I put my hand out to just wave to the guy behind me to let him know I was going to actually back up. I go over there, and I get out, and I'm like, you good, man? And he's like, oh, no, my legs gave out. And so I was like, oh, shit, sucks to be you. No, I didn't say that. I'm like, all right, you want me to give you a hand or whatever? So I started giving the guy a hand, and then his neighbor across the road saw me. She came over, tried to help, but she couldn't do a whole lot. She was an older woman. And then another dude came and he helped. And so this old man, he's a nice guy and all, but he's like, oh, it's okay, just leave me. And I'm like, no, we're not gonna like leave you on the driveway and you're fucking in the snow. So managed to get him over to his steps, and he's like, oh, it's okay, just leave me at the bottom of the steps. And we're like, nah. So we end up helping him up. But you think, like, the guy was, I think he said 86. He told me how old he was. I believe he said 86. And he's like, he was coming out to try to go get the snowblower he lent to his neighbor or something so he could do his driveway. But yeah, I think the problem is sometimes old people just, they don't really realize that, maybe mentally they're a certain age, but physically they got to realize they're another age. And a foot and a half of snow at like 86 is not going to work out so well. Even with the snowblower, I think that's pretty hard on this. So time to hire a snow removal dude. I could not help him with his driveway. Like I said, I was working, had a busy day, which was a super fun day. On days like this, I got an F-150 4x4. I got my winter tires on there. Man, super fun going up and down the side streets. And like, I saw, like, I kid you not, at least 30 like city buses stuck and like taxis everywhere. And yeah, it was a crazy day for vehicles being stuck in the snow. And then I kind of just smile and wave as I fucking pound on through in the F-150. Yeah, anyway, that story has absolutely nothing to do with what we're watching. But just fill in some time. YouTube likes 10-minute videos, I'll tell you that. So when you want to do advertising on videos, like, if you're monetized on your channel, you get better advertisements or some shit if your video is 10 minutes. So if you ever wondered, why do I make such crappy videos even crappier by making them longer? That's why. I don't make a ton of money off these videos, but I do make a little something for towards my hobbies, and so might as well try to work within the algorithms. And yeah, well, look at me coming back in for a landing in the zone, and kind of sucked today. A lot of places were closed, so what did I? Yeah, I wanted to go get some shit and couldn't, but anyway, that's pretty much gonna wrap it up, guys. So if you watched it this long, you must have enjoyed at least some of my shit. So please do me a favor, hit that like button. Kind of helps me grow my channel a little bit. And if you don't like it, well, I don't know. Eat shit. I don't know what else to say. Alright. See you guys next time. Peace.